Thanks for joining us for another Tantrum House crowdfunding conniption. Today we'll be taking a look at the expansion Age of Ambition for Space Explorers from 25th Century Games.
And as always, we want to make sure that you are aware that our crowdfunding videos are sponsored in part by our own Kickstarter backers, as well as by the creators of this game. Thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sarah Meadows. Today we're taking a look at the brand new expansion coming to Kickstarter called Age of Ambition. This box features 7 new modules to add to the game Space Explorers from designer Yuri Zaravajov.
Space Explorers is an open drafting set collection game for 2 to 4 players. If you'd like to learn more about the base game, you can check out our other video. The link for that is in the description. This new set is coming to Kickstarter soon, so we've got an opportunity here to look at a prototype copy of the game. We want to give you a feel for what the expansion looks like and how it's played so that you can make your own decision when it comes to backing the campaign. We won't actually be sharing any opinions in this video, but we want to jump in and show you exactly what it looks like.
The Age of Ambition expansion includes 7 modules which can be used in any combination with the base game. In Module 1, Space Powers, each player gets a board representing a country. A tile from each country is placed on a card in the center market. Tiles from your own country are free to you, but other players must pay the additional research icon shown on the tile if they'd like to acquire the card.
Your tiles offer you new actions and one-time use abilities during the game, and collecting sets from competing countries will gain you progress points at the end of the game.
The second module, Prominent Leaders, will add a new second deck of cards to the Research Center.
Leaders have a commitment that will gain progress points if fulfilled by the end of the game. These cards are more difficult to gain as you cannot use the skill icons from your specialists in your hub to gain them.
The Impending Crisis module comes with a deck of cards that will create problems that you must overcome during the course of the game.
The game will not end until 3 level 1 and 3 level 2 crises cards are completed.
The fourth module, Strategic Goals, allows you to gain additional progress points by completing up to 5 randomly assigned goals.
An additional progress point is awarded for each specialist in the column for which you completed that goal in your tableau. Individual player powers are incorporated in the Executive Talent module. Using the expansion, you may start the game with an executive talent that you use as you like throughout the course of the game.
The Projects module provides 4 new double-sided projectiles that now include variable conditions to score progress points.
And finally, the Higher Directives module gives each player a special research token, which can be combined with any other token in the game to duplicate its research ability in order to pay for specialists during the game.
So this token could be used to pay for the second red research needed for this specialist.
With 7 brand new modules, I'm sure your first 2 questions are, does it all fit in the base game box, and can you play them all together? The answer to that is, I actually don't know, but I'm going to hypothesize yes on both cases. Most of it should all be able to fit in here. However, we're looking at prototype components, so there could be additions that are added in the Kickstarter campaign that may make it bigger and bulkier. The other answer is, yeah, I think you could play all 7 of the expansions at the same time. They don't necessarily recommend that in the rulebook, but I don't see why not.
Yeah, they could really be played all at once, although to ease into the new modules, they do recommend that you don't start off with the first 3. They're the most difficult and more things going on. They do make the game a lot more difficult if you have all of them together. Say the Crises one is going to make it difficult for you to purchase, depending on which ones, to do anything in the game. And then if you have the first expand or module with the space powers, it's going to cost more to purchase the cards. So having both of those together does make the game a lot more difficult. It's going to be a longer game. So they do recommend the first couple times you play. The last 4, just simply add a player power, add the new token that allows you to duplicate a resource. That will help you in the game as far as the game length goes, not make it so much longer.
One of the other things that we didn't mention yet is that in addition addition to those modules, there's also a solo mode update or a brand new solo mode that's coming to the game. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this is the solo mode 2.0. So it incorporates a lot of the same things from the original, but there's a new achievements board that the projects are going to be moving around, so that changes up how you're going to interact with those. And then there's also some updated rules that allows you to play solo mode with all of the new modules. So there's a separate rule book just for solo mode that explains how to incorporate all of that together.
The game does feature all the same style of art, which is really solid and looks good across all fronts. It also features all the same iconography. There are some additions made to that, and there's rules on the back of the book, like short reference rules, so you can see what all those icons mean, which is also handy.
Yep, and there's a reference book that thoroughly explains each and every one of the cards and icons and everything. So if you want a little more clarification, there is a separate book just with that, and it has a little bit more in depth about some of the history and things going on with the space race.
If you enjoyed Space Explorers, the original game, then I'm sure you'll want to check out the new expansion as well as all the gameplay that it adds to it. Be sure to check that out on Kickstarter soon. You can see exactly what all is going on in their campaign and make your decision on whether or not to back. And as always, thanks so much for tuning into our videos. Give us that thumbs up, that like, and that subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.